Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. And have I told you recently how much I hate reality TV shows? Especially ones that uh, sort of, I don't know, gut the concept of real relationships in in exchange for expediency and to make entertainment out of it. I don't know. This is Married at First Sight. It is 2014 to 2026. It says there's 13 seasons. There are more seasons. Disney Plus does not have all of the seasons on here. Some they skipped. I think like season 6 or something. There's a few. All told, according to IMDb, there's 385 episodes of this series. I don't know if it ended this year, but okay, season 3 is missing, season 6 is missing, season 8, season 10, 12, so it's like every other one is missing, but there's still like a lot. There's 18 seasons, technically, or more. Each of them range by a variety of lengths. The one I watched, the first episode of the first season, I believe it's first season, yeah. First episode of the first season was like an hour and 4 minutes. There are some that go for like an hour and a half. Some that go 52 minutes. So they vary greatly. I think this is an A&E show. It's now it's showing as a Peacock original. I don't know. It's confusing, but it's on Disney Plus too. So, yay. So yeah, this I get the concept behind this. People have a hard time finding a good relationship, not just true love, but someone that they truly can be compatible with. Because even though you may have absolute true love as you see it, or in many different ways, it's not just one level. It's not just lust, or it's not just passion, or just devotion. It is on a variety of different levels. There are times when that's not there, and when one of those is missing, you may not be able to go, you know what, I'm going to stick through it. I'm going to go right. We're going to make this work, even though I don't like this person right now. I love them. So yeah, this is an understanding. This is coming from a guy who is single. So yeah. Can this happen? Can this work? When you have not met the person until you're standing at the altar, you don't even know their name, not their first name, not their last name. You can send they get little notes to each other. At least one of them did. On the wedding day or before they walk out, she just writes a note. Hope everything's good. Wife. Signed, wife. So, even with an hour and 4 minutes, a lot of this first episode stuff is an introduction to the entire concept. It is not simply about, hey, let's take two people who volunteer to be on television who are single and let's marry them. It's not as simple as that. It is, they go through a compatibility thing, and we get to know the people behind who's going to assess the compatibility of these people. Now, the first, I believe, is a sociological. How do they relate to others? How do they relate to their family? What's their connections to their families? Do they have a father or a mother in their lives? Do they have siblings? What are their friends like? And that I'll touch on that a little bit later as well, because part of this is, by the way, I'm getting married tomorrow. Want to be in my wedding party? Okay. By the way, this also happens in the span of a week. They meet the contestants, and then they go through their assessment. Feels like there's probably more than a week involved, but they treat it like it's a week. And they do not get married within the first episode. So each season, I believe, spreads out over a cover. It follows these three couples, because it's not just about the marriage. It's also about they have like a month, I think. They have a month of living together, literally living together as a result of them being legally married, and then learning to love each other or divorce. They have the option. It's a game. So, yeah. So what we get here is Three different couples they focus on. First is sociological. Next is psychological. It's outward relationship. The second part is internal relationships with themselves, how they see the world, how they feel about themselves and others. And so, yeah, there's an assessment in that way. Then it's sexual. They got to be compatible that way, of course. It's just, you got to make that work. If two people are on two different levels, yeah, probably not going to work. But so they kind of assess each of these individuals. Oh, and the fourth one is spiritual. Not necessarily like, what's your religion? Are you Jewish versus Christian versus Muslim? You know, they got to. It's not just that. It's just like, how important is faith and religion and compatibility in that sense? How important is that to you? And what's your devotion like? Because yeah, sometimes that will, to some people it doesn't mean a whole lot. They have a certain level of flexibility. They're open-minded about such things. Others are seriously devoted. You're not going to get like an uber, like a super devoted Orthodox type of person to be totally into somebody who shares none of their values. Completely understandable. So there's a due diligence that seems to go through this, and I'm sure there's a kind of a pre-testing before they go into putting these people on screen to talk about. It's never as simple as they make it out to be in the episode, because they got to move things along. It's got to be interesting. You can't just see people doing paperwork. Like, oh, they match on these 5 different criteria and these 27 different criteria. No, nobody's watching that. Nobody's watching the people doing the books on finding out if people can be in love or not who've never met. And then, of course, you know, when it gets to the point where they're in, can you do this? Do you believe you can do this? Can you walk down that aisle? Can you stand there and wait for your bride to come down when that door opens? Can you make it happen? Can you go, I can do this? Now, there's also, when you tell your friends or your family, one girl's parents are not into this at all. They just consider this a dumb game, and they're not involved in the wedding, or at least that's not the plan. I didn't see the second episode. I only watched one episode. It's all I'm ever going to watch. I do not care, because the first episode ended exactly the way I expected it to be crafted. Remember, my understanding is that reality shows aren't real. And while these people may be real, and the situation in which they're put in is real, a lot of it, so much of these types of shows are crafted for drama. And that's the way it works. You don't pay writers, you just pay people who, what about this? Who say that. They just say, well, what about this? Could we have you do this? Let's try this. On the second take, let's do this. And these, I don't believe that, at least the people that I'm seeing here in this first episode, I don't believe that they're actors in any way. If they are, they fooled me. They're noticeably and understandably nervous. They could be in for making the biggest mistake of their life, but also you understand that you created high stakes for yourself, but not really. People treat Vegas weddings drunken Vegas weddings with almost as much seriousness, and can end them with just as much seriousness and have probably the same amount of sex. It's just, and also have the same amount of attraction once sober, or less. So, yeah. So we get to watch their path, their as things build up, as they get the wedding, trying different wedding dresses. The guys talk to their buddies, and like one guy's like an EMT. He wants to be a firefighter. He's training. By the way, this is all in New York City. New York City in the boroughs, basically. Everybody's got an accent, a New York accent. You know, it's just, yeah. So, well, some of them are from different states, but they're all in New York. And this one guy, he's good to his ma. He does the EMT stuff. He wants to be a firefighter. He works out all the time, and he's a professional wrestler. The girl, spoiler, he gets matched up with. They don't get a choice. By the way, they just throw, apparently, with each episode or each season, they throw a pile of people. They go, okay, these people are attractive, these people are interesting, they have different scenarios, how can they work together? And then they pair them off. And yes, it's all hetero. I don't know if they ever would get to a situation in later seasons whether it be a gay or lesbian couple. No idea. But this guy, he goes to one of his buddies, like one of his match partners when he does wrestling. And this guy, I would think would be, I realize it's absurd just to say, oh, by the way, I'm going to get married next week or tomorrow. I'm just telling you now. Want to come to my wedding? Be part of it? You got nothing to do Saturday. We're not fighting. We're not wrestling. But the guy comes off as like, you know how this would affect me. If you get married to her, that affects us as a team, and then affects, and he's being a complete jerk about it. It's a reality TV show, dude. At some point, this guy's going to get married. You might get married. You might already be married. Whatever. Relationship statuses change all the time, and yeah, it might affect your work. If you're professional wrestlers, yeah, maybe she doesn't like professional wrestling. I don't know. But she's a burlesque dancer. So, two very attractive people, possibly. And yeah, that's very surface. I realize that's very, very surface. There's a whole lot more deeper connections that have to be reliable. But of course, the second he sees her come through the door, which, again, doesn't really happen until the second episode. They just give us a little sneak peek of what's coming. And yeah, he knows she's freaking hot, and she is. Which is the way it is. But she's got her stuff and his stuff, and is it going to work out? Maybe. Will it work out a month down the line, or 3 years down the line, or 10 years down the line? I have no idea. I didn't check. I could have Googled or got AI to tell me, did any couples make it beyond season 15 of the series? You never know. I imagine there's also some that they might have gone back and said, hey, look at this people from season 1. They're still together. They hate each other, but they're still together. They have 6 kids, but man, they hate those kids too. And we're going to put them on a spin-off. So, yeah, no, we got all that. But the thing that happened at the very end of this, as I'm gonna spoil this in case you haven't watched this. Odds are, if you haven't watched this type of show, it's been around for a long time. Nearly 20 years, if not longer. Imagine COVID might have slowed things down. In me matching up people, It's like we meet at the altar. We're both wearing masks, and we still don't know what each other looks like. Never know. But it's been around for a while. If you've not ever been interested in this, odds are me or being on Disney Plus is going to change your idea of what this is, or make you want to watch it. I can't imagine that's the case. Those of you who are probably watching this are just like, what is this dork going to talk about when it comes to the show? Especially if you know that I hate reality TV shows. Yeah, I don't like this at all. It's not the worst. I got to see when these people. I see that there's a certain level of care given to this, a certain level of thought. It's not just let's pick hot people but let's skip all the Bachelor BS or Bachelorette BS and just put them together without any thought. It's not that. They actually put some thought into it. But also I think there's a certain other element, there's a fifth element that they don't put on screen, which is which one will make the most drama. Which one will make for the best television? And that is a goal when you're making a television series. If they suddenly are just perfect, like from the second they see each other and they're just like, oh my gosh, they did everything right, it would be boring. It'd be it's a happy ending every single season. And so, one of the first 3 couples, they get to the altar, and he's all ready to go, and he's just great. So he's 31, lives with his parents, but he's a software engineer or something. He sells software, and he's ready. He's ready to go, and she's absolutely gorgeous. All the women, absolutely gorgeous. These guys, just this is my opinion, from my angle, my point of view. If they can make it work with these women, they have definitely scored, like, better than they could probably pull in some places. So, when they would like actually date, or have time to date, or have the ability to date, they wouldn't have been able to pull these women in the first place. I don't think. Maybe. But first guy, he's ready to go. She walks through the door, and she sees, like, their families and friends are there in this Hilton in Manhattan, and it's a small room, and by the way, they're cycling through all three of these marriages in one, I imagine, one day. I don't know, three days. I have no idea, but for time's sake, I think it feels like it's all one day. And I think the person doing the reception, she looks like a 16-year-old girl. Like, she's not the reception, but she's doing the vows. Like, she's getting these people married. I think maybe it's disqualified when they just go, hey, by the way, you've never been married. That person isn't old enough to have a license to marry anybody because she's in her sophomore year of high school. I don't know. No offense to her. She's probably super qualified, but it just looked weird. And when the wife to be is coming through the door, she sees her family and friends, which of course she's going to connect, but that's actually a diversion because she will not look at him. One thing they have to also take into account, even if they're completely physically compatible, there's still this innate attraction. She knows nothing about him, so she can't say, oh, well, he lives with his parents, and he's a software salesman, or, she can't complain about his job, or his history, or his name, like, oh, it's Mr. Fartbutts? I'm going to be Mrs. Fartbutts? No. I mean, that would be a surprise. I did know a person named Butt. Was it Butts or Butt? And the wife never took his name because she would be like Judy Butt. She just kept her name because he was like Joe Butt. It's spelled B-U-T-T, not with an E or anything, not Butte. It's Butt. Yeah, this is a kid who probably got picked on a lot in high school, but hey, you got a great gal. But back to the show. She is literally knows nothing, even his name, from the moment they meet at the altar. He's like, hi, I'm Doug. And she's like, I'm Julie, or whatever. Yeah. And the very last part before they get to the coming next episode is you hear her go, I'm sorry. And then some of those preview scenes are her just crashing out in the hallway, going, I can't know. I don't know. Like, and so drama is created, whether it's intentional or if it's completely real. Again, I don't think anybody's an actor here. She's a nurse or a doctor. She's a medical professional, and she's works a weird, like a third shift, 12-hour third shift, and her life is completely upside down compared to most of the rest of the world. It makes it difficult for her to be able to date or find somebody who can live that life with her. But she's not attracted to him. At all, physically. And that is meant to make you come back for more. It's not working on me. To me, it reduces the entire aspect of bringing two people together, even though they're great on paper, psychologically, socially, sexually, and spiritually. There's still something that has to be there. They might be the funniest couple in the world if they gave it 1 week, But will we get to see that week? Will we see 4 weeks? Will we see 0 weeks? Well, see episode 2 of this season, or they might make it work. And so you'll talk them into going through with it, and then, hey, you still got a divorce in a month if you want. Try it. And maybe they're the pair, out of the 3 pairs, they might be the one that goes all the way. They're like, oh my gosh, I was so wrong. He's the greatest. She's awesome. And it also, again, makes her the villain. She's like the first villain of the show if she really just goes, I don't know, he might have all the money in the world, but I don't think I could do that. He doesn't, I can't look at him. He's not an unattractive guy. He may not be the most handsome. He's got a good name. But he's she gets to play the villain, whether it's genuine or not. Whether they said, hey, when you go out there, could you not be into him? I know we want to have you on more episodes, but be not into it first. Crash out. Do a lot of extra shooting, and then you're going to come back and go, okay. Which is going to really up his self-esteem tons. Like the woman I just met to marry, she doesn't like me, but she knows we're compatible on every angle. They've done all the research, more research than most people ever get in their entire lives when it comes to their spouse. And yeah, she just thinks I'm uggo. No, that is like, for some guys that would crash them out, and maybe he's the first in a history of, maybe he's the first because of this. The first male loneliness epidemic guy. Maybe he's patient 0. Who knows? I hope that's not the case. And honestly, I wish the best for everybody who bothers to put themselves in through this, to take this shortcut, to have somebody else do the work. It literally is. It's letting somebody else do the work on, as if you're like, hey, I need to buy a new computer. Just get the best processor and make sure you get the graphics card that will work for me. This is my nerdy explanation. And just, the RAM that's needed. I'm doing video stuff. I'm playing games. Could you just do it for me and I'll pay you? Just put it together. I trust you. And that's what they're doing. They're trusting professionals with their lives. Again, with an out. It's not like they're forced to be married forever. But still. It's kind of a big... It's not just a purchase. It's not just a deal. It's not just a contract. For a lot of people, this is their emotion. It has to be their emotions. It has to be their self-esteem. And when you're standing there and it's in front of your family and friends, basically you're just, if she really does go, sorry, I can't do this at all, and just I can see people just throwing flowers at her, boo, you suck. I don't know, because you're there for a wedding and you want the best for the people in your lives. Then I don't think anybody would have a whole lot of confidence that they could even trust her after a crash out like that. I guess that's a reason to come back for the second episode, or the rest of the season, or all the other travesties are going to happen over the next 385 episodes. I don't know. So watch this with care. If you have a sensitivity to, if you're lonely and you're like, wish I could find the love of my life. If only some people could just give it to me, and all I have to do is have nervous expectations and fear without any of the work. I mean, plenty of people have nervous expectations and fear when it comes to getting married, but they've usually put in the work to give them enough self-confidence to go, you know what? We've been through a lot, and I love this person. I care for this person. And I know what they need, and I know that they'll be good to me. And that's why people tend to get married. It's not all of it, but it's a pretty solid thing. They got none of that. So that's why this show is a sham on a lot of levels. But I really hope that everybody does get the life they want, the relationship they want, the love they deserve. But I don't feel hopeful when it comes to this show. And I will never watch it again. It is not the show Arranged, which is worse. You'll have to watch it. Look up in my episodes. Look up Arranged, and you'll just see how angry I am. It's just me being angry. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I plugged this in, and it had to reset everything. I could have been resetting this the entire time I've been blabbing on for 25 minutes. Okay, let's pick tomorrow's episode. 92, like, that's it? No scrambly little bits? Did I do it wrong? Okay. Alright, whatever. 92. 92 is this on the sheet. Ah, okay. Another documentary, but it's a single, like, movie or like a 45-minute thing. I really don't know what this is. You might recognize the word that's being used. I'm hoping I'm going to pronounce it right. The Tale of Cillian. I don't know if this is... I doubt it's the same kind of, your usual, like, historic or archaeological type of thing. Maybe this tells maybe a story from history. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow when we watch The Tale of Cillian on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.